joining this Bhagavad Gita reading every day. So we continue our reading, chapter 11, and today we go to the next verse, which is the verse number 3. The name of the chapter is Vishwarup Darshan, or the universal form. So let us read the shloka, translation and purport. Evam etad yathathatvam atmanam parameshwaram drashtum ichchami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position as you have described yourself, I wish to see you, how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. Purport. The Lord said that because he entered into material universe by his personal representation, the cosmic manifestation has been made possible and is going on. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he is inspired by the statements of Krishna, but in order to convince others in future who may think that Krishna is an ordinary person, Arjuna desires to see him actually in his universal form, to see how he is acting from within the universe, although he is apart from it. Arjuna addressing the Lord Purushottama is also significant. Since the Lord is the supreme personality of Godhead, he is present within Arjuna himself. Therefore, he knows the desire of Arjuna and he understands Arjuna has special desire to see him in his universal form. For Arjuna is completely satisfied to see him in his personal form of Krishna. But the Lord can understand also that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to convince others. Arjuna did not have any personal desire for confirmation. Krishna also understands that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to set a criteria. For in future, there would be many impostors who would pose themselves as incarnations of God. The people therefore should be careful who claims to be Krishna should be prepared to show his universal form to confirm his claim to the very. So we continue to the next sloka, and Arjuna here is addressing Krishna, and yesterday in first two slokas he said that I have my illusion is now gone, and in the second he says, "O lotus eyed one, um, I believe and I have heard about your glories and how you prepare, how this universe is manifested and unmanifested by your potency." And in the third, now he's explaining or he's telling uh, Krishna, evam etad, this yathatha you have spoken, as you have spoken, who? Tvam means you, Atmanam about yourself. So as you have spoken, I have heard from you. And here Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Parmeshwar, or Parmeshwar means Supreme Ishwar, or the Supreme Controller. Right? In this line, he is addressing as Parmeshwar. So he's saying that I understood as you have described, and I accept it. Right? Then he says, Drushtum ichhami. I want to see that te rupam, that form. Which form? Aishwaram Purushottamam. So I want to see that Aishwarya or divine or opulent form of yours. That is my Ichha. And Drushtum, I want to see. And here he is addressing Krishna as Purushottam. So in this verse, he has addressed him as Parmeshwar and also as Purushottam. So Parmeshwar means the supreme, and Purushottam means also the best of the persons or the supreme person. So he's addressing him as supreme. In the yesterday shloka, um, Arjuna addressed him as Kamal Patraksha. Kamal Patraksha means like lotus eyed one. That was very personal explanation about Krishna's beauty. And now he is addressing him as Parmeshwar, Purushottam in Aishwarya form. He is admiring Krishna's opulences. So here, the in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7.7, Krishna says, Matpartaram Nanya Kinchid Asti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvam Idam Proktam Sutre Mani Gana Eva. O conqueror of hell, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a string, on a thread. So here Krishna declares that he there is nothing superior to him, right? So and also in Bhagavad Gita chapter 15 verse 18, here it's a mention of Purushottama. Yasmat ksharam atito aham aksharat api cha uttama ato asmi loke vede cha pratitaha purushottamaha. So here Krishna says that I am beyond ksharam, means jiva. uh, I am beyond Paramatma, and I am beyond Brahman. So I am beyond all this. That is why I am uh, Paramatma. So he is beyond the Purusha. That is called Paramatma. He is beyond Jiva, and he is superior to Brahman, Aksharat. So that's why he is called Purushottama, who is beyond everything, or beyond all the three realizations that any sadhaka will get as per his practice, right? So this realization as Paramatma or Brahman or Bhagwan, it's everybody, everything. Krishna says that everything is pervaded by me in the last chapter, and with my one amsha I am pervading everything, right? So in that way, Brahman, Paramatma or Jiva is all part of Krishna. But how a sadhaka or a devotee practices his sadhana, based on that his realizations are different. So it's not that Krishna is different, it's the realization of the sadhak which create these different realizations or differences. Somebody can realize Brahman as the supreme, somebody will realize Paramatma as the supreme, but devotee or bhakta will realize the Bhagwan or the personal form of supreme. So it depends on the practice of the sadhaka. And now here, one more important point is Arjuna is not asking or not requesting Krishna to show his form because he has some doubt. Because the last two, three verses, he has already accepted everything, and he has said that my illusion is now completely gone. So Arjuna has already understood that Krishna is the supreme and he pervades everything, and nothing exists without Krishna. So he has already accepted this fact. And now, why he is um, requesting or saying drushtum ichhami, ichha, desire to see. Why is saying like this? He's saying this out of devotion, because in the last verse he has addressed Krishna as lotus eyed one. So that is very intimate uh, relationship that is shown by Arjuna to Krishna. And so from that relationship, he is asking Krishna that I want to see this form of yours by which you pervade all this universe. So to give a simple example, if I meet a one person and that person says, I am a billionaire. I have so many things. I have so many uh, in different countries. I have my business. I have palaces and I have cars and I have personal jets and everything. But that person, if I'm meeting him for the first time on the road or anywhere, my natural reaction will be I will doubt. I will not believe that person just seeing on the road, and I may ask, how can I believe you? Right? That you have all these things and you are the some uh, great personality. I may not believe, and then I will ask the question how I can believe what you are saying is correct. So this is one type of ichha, right, or question. I will say I want to see your opulence. How can I believe you? But if I meet my friend, old friend, and he says, "Oh, now I am very rich person. I am having so many things, everything," then I will not doubt that, but I will say, "Can I see that? Can you show me that?" In that way, I will see. So that the difference is, I don't have doubt when my friend says something like this because I trust him. I have already faith in him. So I will request him. I out of curiosity, I will say I want to see it. It's nothing about doubt. Just I am happy because you are rich, and you are a big person, and you are happy, and you have power. So I will say, okay, can you show me that how rich you are, how what you have? And then my friend will show me whatever I desire. But the third person may or may not show me the his property or his bank balance and everything. So this is the difference. Like Arjuna is already surrendered to Krishna. Krishna has already removed his illusion, and Arjuna already believed he is the supreme. And now, as a friend and devotee of Krishna, Arjuna is asking that, please show me that form. Which form? Rupam Aishwaryam. So I want to see that form, how you pervade this universe, because that is vibhuti, that is your opulence, and that form is divine. You said because Krishna said, "I am beyond this material and beyond the Brahman." From Brahman, I am the origin of Brahman. Krishna has said in chapter 7 and 8. So he's beyond all these things. So his form is completely divine. And now Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show his Aishwaram, divine form. And he has put his request to Krishna as Purushottam, the best of the personalities. So this chapter 15 is itself called Purushottam Yoga. How Krishna is the best person, because in chapter 15 Krishna declares that the purpose of all Vedas and all the Shastras is to understand him, who he is and why he is the supreme. So this is established in chapter 15. That's why this chapter is called Purushottam Yoga. And now Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Purushottam in 11th chapter only, because Arjuna has already is convinced without any doubt that Krishna is the Purushottam and he is the Purusho Parameshwara. So he is the supreme Ishwar also. So now he's putting his Ichha in front of supreme person. So this is there in Bhagavatam also we see different instances where the devotees put the request in front of the Lord, like after the Samudra Manthan or churning of the ocean, um, when the Mohini Murti came, Lord Shiva was not there. Why? Because after Mohini Murti distributed the nectar to Devatas, Lord Shiva comes and he tells that Krishna or Vishnu that I want to see that Mohini form of yours. So he requests um, Vishnu to show that Mohini form. And we know that after the requesting to see that Mohini form, Lord Shiva gets bewildered seeing the form of Mohini, and Krishna tells him that why you want to see this form, because it bewilders everybody, and it bewilders Shiva also. And it's a lot of interesting chapter is there in Bhagavatam Canto 8, how it bewilders Shiva and how then Shiva comes back to his original consciousness. So similarly now Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show his universal form, which is divine. And as this chapter progresses now, from here, we'll see what happens to Arjuna when he sees this form. So that's a very interesting point that we should all see as we progress in this chapter. So these are some of the points about this shloka, and how Arjuna is addressing Krishna in different moods, and with very personal mood, and then also as a Purushottam. Thank you very much. If anybody has any points that can be shared or that can be discussed, which will expand this discussion, then please feel free to share. And I'm just asking because there has been some requests that if we can do, now we are into 10th and 11th chapter, right? So there is a request that if we can do from starting from 7th chapter where the Bhakti Yoga description starts. So there is this one request also has come. So if everybody thinks that okay, we should start from chapter 7, then that is also quite possible. We can start from chapter 7, first sloka. You can write on the group also what you think, and accordingly we can adjust tomorrow. We are open to whatever is best suitable for everyone, and whatever best supports or helps everyone. Evam etavyatham tattvam atmanam parameshvara drashtumiच्छामि te rupam aishvaram purushottamam drashtumiच्छामि. Okay, thank you very much for joining, and please do let us know if we have to change some sequence or there is any preference to start any other chapter that we can do. No problem.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.